you feel are the greatest economic issues facing the district and how would you address them? Some examples might be fisheries, south fields, or business opportunities.
So I actually think one of the big challenges that I'd like to start working on and that our district faces is how to support business and economic development. We're never going to get the GEs of the world here, so I think the challenge is how to invest in our communities now through regional planning and to make our communities welcoming to small businesses and to moderate-sized businesses. We have some wonderful examples. You mentioned fisheries. In fact, my father is a retired lobsterman. I mean, he's a teacher. Now he's a retired lobsterman, and my brother still fishes. It's a robust, tremendous business, and I think that there's a lot of things that we can be doing. For example, the South Shore Chamber just did a wonderful study looking at trends and demographic changes and the needs of our community, and I would look forward to working with the South Shore Chamber on a local and on a state level to put the kinds of things in place, whether that be zoning or planning. I think traffic is another one that we have to start tackling, and so these are the kinds of issues that I think we need to be looking at both at the municipal and at the state level to make changes so that businesses are supported and welcomed here. In addition to the things that we should be doing legislatively relative to making that sense of place and making that be a place where people want to invest. I think the other thing we have to start thinking about is equal pay and making sure that everybody has a living wage.
Thank you. In terms of promoting business and the issues that affect us, I've been working really since I became involved in public service in Hingham with committees that have been looking at the Derby Street corridor and areas down there in terms of development. And you know, it's a balancing act, really. It's a balancing act between the bringing business in and development, and also what the needs of the neighbors are. And I happen to be a South Hingham resident, so I've always been sensitive to the concerns of folks in South Hingham. So we're already doing that. We have a committee in place now that's studying, trying to bring businesses in, trying to improve the infrastructure. And we've done some great things, not only in Derby Street, but the Bristol property, and also the industrial park, where we've got some hospitals and other businesses moving in. So we've been working on it for a number of years. I will tell you that in terms of other businesses, there are many other businesses that are already in place that need our help. I've met with some fishermen down in the South Shore, in the Marshfield, Duxbury area. And you know, the more I talked and the more I learned about the problems they face and the bureaucracy and the regulations that basically put their living and way of living at risk, is something that may be a federal issue, but I would commit myself to working with Congressman Lynch and Keating to try to protect those folks, because they have been here a long time. They're our neighbors, they're our friends, and we need to do more to help them.
Joan, 1 minute clarification.
No, I agree, and I think there are other things that I would just mention is that we do have a lot of opportunity here. I think this is the South Shore, when you look at Greenbush and some of the things we've left on the table around transit-oriented development, you know, how to make innovative districts, you know, things where people can actually stay on the South Shore and work there. But I guess the only thing I would say is that we really do need to be investing in things like our transportation infrastructure to get people to work reliably. So it's not even just about how you get to and from, it's also around how you get within the district as well. So I would be looking forward to working with communities and the South Shore Chamber and the local chambers to start planning some of that investment.
Sure. And one other thing, people may not look at it as business, but I certainly do. Very recently, we had a meeting in Hingham with the zoning board and the shipyard, and the neighbors turned out by the hundreds because of a 40B development project. And what they wanted to do was put 250 units right next to a neighborhood, and basically it would devastate the neighborhood. And what they really were doing, in all honesty, is they were basically playing the system to make us bend over to basically allow them to put something in that didn't fit at all with the neighborhood. And I think that as a legislator, you know, having affordable housing is something I've always been supportive of in my town and work with the trust. But in the end, you know, someone's going to leverage the goodwill of our community to try to devastate it. I think in the legislature we can make some changes to make this thing work the way it was supposed to, because right now it's not working the way it's supposed to.